Okay, so rather than subject you to another 22 videos of us Wallies talking about the racing, we're going to cram those races into one video where everyone gets a minute or so to put up their best bet at the festival and a few other horses that you think are worth keeping aside and following. Tanya, I know you've got a list of about 30 over there.
Yeah,
I've
look
got
at my
3
sheets
written
of
down.
paper here, yeah.
So lucky 15 or whatever you want to do it. You've got a minute or so just to say the horses
when
you
do you
really
want the nap?
think.
Do you want the nap first,
Whenever,
or a big drum roll for your
This is
your
your
list?
Celine Dion moment. You
Okay,
go for it, okay?
Oh, well, we'll all have to mention Yanworth. Or perhaps we won't. I like Yanworth in the Neptune. Very, very short price, but you just got to mention him. He's just simply awesome at Cheltenham last time when he eased between Chanteau Village and Champers on Ice. I just think he's ultimate class. He's not my nap, though, because I don't like going for short ones. See You at Midnight. Yeah. Bit gutted that's had a little bit of a setback and we were due to see it somewhere like Wetherby, weren't we? And he didn't turn up.
It's been well backed and it keeps getting back. 20
Good,
to 12.
because he showed his class last year when 7th in the World Hurdle, and then last time out at the course at Cheltenham, which we love to see horses prove their worth at Cheltenham. In the Dipper Chase, he was really fluent and rhythmic, and he beat rivals like BLAKLION, Three Musketeers, Le Mercury, Volnay de Tay. Wonderful, wonderful horse.
Small trainers equal
small
big
trainers,
prices.
Yeah. On the fringe in the Fox Hunters, I know that hasn't come back and sort of set the world alight, but one race in mind, or two, Cheltenham and Aintree.
Exactly.
So on the fringe in the Fox Hunters, and then for the Sentimentalists, Baltasar King in the cross country, but perhaps that will go to a JP McManus horse. Nap of the meeting though, Little Rockefeller. Coral Cup.
Wowzers.
Coral Cup, Little Rockefeller. Trevor Whelan has written Little Rockefeller, and they've never been out the first 3 in 9 races together, and it's been brilliant, Little Rockefeller. Ended last season's campaign at Sandown, and he beat the likes of Stern Rubin, Olgar, Baron Alco back in April. Since then, hasn't looked back and hasn't really got any recognition. Run against the likes of Devilman and was second to Camping Ground in the Railkeel Hurdle.
You're just trying to ruin the price, Randy.
I am. And then in the Holloway's Hurdle at Ascot, when he was behind Rock the Casbah, really game run, conceding weight. So why not go for something totally left field, Little Rockefeller.
That's your net. Right, Bill?
I could name a few shorties. Vroom Vroom Mag, I think, will win the Mares Hurdle. Yanworth, I agree, will win the Neptune. Lamini, I think, will win the Mares Novice Hurdle. But I'm going to give you big prices. We all like those, Claude. Long shot, I like Vita de Rock, potentially in the National Hunt Chase. Vibe is they'll probably go RSA, but if it's good ground, he could turn up at around 20-1 in the National Hunt Chase. I like BLAKLION each way in the RSA chase. I think he is tough and he is very, very solid. If the rain stays around, the better his chance will be. If Campeador lines up in the Fred Winter, I would be very, very interested in him. Only the one run so far for Gordy Elliott and JP McManus. He is very exciting. I think he's 20-1. He certainly won't be that if he appears in the Fred Winter. My final 3 for you. In the bumper, New to This Town, a horse of Jessie Harrington's. Won the twice, quickened twice, visibly very impressive last time. I think at 20-1, she does very well with her bumper horses. New to This Town, I'd be interested in. In the per temps, I like the Charles Byrne train, Leave It at Dawn. JP McManus trained. If it runs...
How did you pick that one?
If it runs at 12s, I think it'll be a fair bit shorter on the day. One at the November meeting. And my final one I like in the Brown Advisory Plate over 2.5 miles is John Spirit. 20-1 shot. Runs very well at Cheltenham. Has plummeted down the weights for John Joe O'Neill. And I think John Spirit is an exciting prospect in that.
Bill? Oh, not Bill, sorry. Claude.
Yes.
Easy to confuse you.
Yes. My nap of the meeting, I'll go straight in, is Black Hercules in the National Hunt Chase. We've mentioned virtually every Mullins horse under the moon, but Black Hercules, he's won 2 of his 3 chases. He was on unfortunately one of the Ruby Walsh horses that came down at the last, but he was 7th in the Albert Bartlett last season, and I think they think that the 4 miler will be absolutely made for him. Incidentally, William Mullins, it was 32 years ago, he won this race as a jockey, but he's now coming back in a very much under a different code. But I think that he'll run a big race. They won it in 2013 with In Focus, carrying the same colours as Graham Wiley. I agree with everybody else. Probably the most obvious horse to tip is Yanworth, unbeaten over hurdles, fourth in the champion bumper last season. Only time he's ever been out of the first two in his life. I think everybody would love to see Alan King have a big race winner there. So that my two against all these other horses would be Black Hercules, as I say, in the 4 miler, and Yanworth in the Neptune.
Okay, briefly from me, I'm a huge Altior fan, and I think Min has to be taken on at the prices. So Altior will be one of my main bets. I'm with you, Bill. I think BLAKLION's a cracking each way price, double figure price for the RSA. Tough and game and good course form. Couple in the handicaps, I really like Alcantha for Charlie Longston if that turns up in the per temps. In the Fred Winter, if a horse called Diego de Charmille goes, I think that will go close. 3 runs in France. A horse that really took my eye, and I've no idea if it runs in the bumper or not, but a horse called High Bridge of John Ferguson's won a wide margin earlier in the season. If that runs, I think 25 to 1 High Bridge in the bumper could be huge, and he's had a second in the race in, prize if you can remember what that was called, New Year's Eve a couple of years ago. And my nap or naps, I think my nap of the meeting would have to be Barters Hill in the Albert Bartlett, a horse that just continues to improve. He reminds me of Denman in a way, and no one likes comparisons, but he seems green when he's winning by a mile every race, so I think he could easily go and win that. And obviously, whichever race It's a Freebie turns up in, hopefully the Neptune, I think he's a very big each way price. But those who know me will know the controversy behind that. But yeah, It's a Freebie, whichever race he runs in, could be a big each way price.
Where do you want to run?
I'm undecided, Bill. I think we should see the entries. But Naps, Barters Hill for me.
Little Rockefeller.
Little Rockefeller.
I'm going to go John Spirit.
John Spirit.
In the brown advisory plate.
And the Great Man.
And Black Hercules.
And Black Hercules in the National Hunt Chase.
Yes, 4 miler.
There you go, that's it. There's your lucky 15. Good luck. We'll see you at Cheltenham. Thank God it's all over.